So yeah, here we sit all broken-hearted at the vet's office in 90-degree weather. It's pretty hot. I had to bring Lucky down from the vet, and we're still sitting here waiting. It's been about 35 minutes. I thought they were going to be able to get us in here right away. So yeah, I'm sitting here, 90 degrees. It's hot. Had the truck running because poor Lucky's about ready to pass out, I think, from heat exhaustion. I hope they give him some water because it ain't cool. He's getting kind of dehydrated because he got so excited that you're at the doctor's and nobody's here, huh, Bubba? Where's everybody at, Lucky? Yeah, I called him as soon as I got here, and no luck. I mean, well, they told us they'd let them know we're here, but yeah, it's been about a half hour. I guess that happens whenever you go to the doctor's office. But I sure wish we could go inside and wait, save some gas maybe. Wear and tear on the engine, you know how that is. Sitting parked somewhere with your car running's never good. But yeah, the whole coronavirus has got everything screwed up, and they don't let anybody in there. You have to call them when you get here so that they can come out and get your dog or whatever. And then I think I gotta wait. Oh, here she comes now. Hang on a minute. I was gonna say, probably jump out at you. Go ahead, Lucky. Go ahead, baby.
So we're just gonna check the incision?
Yeah. It looks like it's opening up.
Okay. Come on, Lucky.
Thank you.
Yep.
You got him okay?
Yep, I sure did.
All right. Oh, now get out there and shut my door real quick. Hang on. Right. Sure glad they showed up now. I think I gotta wait another however long it takes them to check the incision. But we got to get it done. It looked like it was open pretty good, probably an half inch long, and then I don't know, probably a good 1/8 inch deep. It looked not good. It wasn't oozing or bleeding or anything, but it definitely had to bring him down here and get him checked out. So yeah, these poor girls work around here. They got to come out to each car. They got a lot of different parkings, pretty good parking area. They got to walk out here and get the dog, take it back in. But I guess that's coronavirus for you. I've been feeling bad about all that stuff going on. I mean, I don't really want to get into it too much, but I watch the news pretty regular. I you know, every day I'm pretty much watching and seeing what's going on. And like I said, I don't want to get into politics too much because there's so many different opinions and we're so divided right now, and just I'd rather not get into it. I mean, I've got my views, I've got my feelings on things, and other people have their feelings, and I just find it's better not to bring it up too much, save from causing friction. Me and my wife Anna, we feel the same about the stuff. I mean, you know, about the whole everything going on right now, and it's just too bad. But you know, living here in America, I'm real happy I'm here. I'm so glad I was born here compared to other places. You know, other countries like North Korea and China, and you know, places that have dictatorships, and just ain't good for those people. You got to feel bad for them people because man, they've got it way worse than we do. So I'm thankful, and I feel blessed for all the things that we have, which, you know, we don't live in a real big fancy house. We don't have a lot of possessions, things like that. I mean, we got a lot of stuff, but that's a lot of it's for sale. And through my eBay page, I old fart collections on eBay. That's my selling page. That's my livelihood, and a lot of stuff you've seen in our videos from the house is mostly stuff that's for sale. Uh, we hang on to stuff we really like. I can't touch Anna's stuff. She likes those glass shoes and bells and ducks and what else? I can't even think of it, but I mean, you can make a few bucks on that stuff, but whatever makes her happy is good with me. So I just let her take stuff like that once I find it. If I find stuff, I give it to her. I'm always looking for stuff that she likes. But the majority of it, yeah, is for sale. Except for her furniture. I don't do big stuff online. That's just too much of a pain in the butt. Sometimes I'll list bigger stuff on Marketplace, and goes that way too. But yeah, I drove truck for probably 17 years and did pretty good at it. I guess when my first year of truck driving, I got really bad sick with pneumonia, and I had a crash in that truck. Nobody got hurt happily. I got in a coughing spell, and I passed out right behind the wheel driving like, I think it was 60 miles an hour, and I had probably 32,000 pounds in my trailer of J.C. Penney catalogs. And when I had over to cough, I blacked right out. I never even knew what happened. I mean, I just remember driving, and then the next thing I know, I've got all this stuff laying on top of me in the cab of the truck, and I'm looking around like, what in the heck? Where am I? I didn't even remember where I was or anything. It's crazy. And so I look out the window, and I'm thinking, man, am I on my side? And I was tipped over on my side. And there's two people, a man and a woman, looking in the window, and she's got her mouth covered like, oh my God, I hope he's not dead. And then it just dawned on me, man, I tipped this truck, and I'm just freaking out because I didn't even know what happened. It was the craziest thing. And so, I climbed out of there. Like I said, I had these tubs of food that I had in the back, and my other loose stuff in the cab, because it was a big overnight truck with a sleeper. And it was my first year driving. As a matter of fact, I'd only been driving probably 6 months when that happened. And anyway, I got out, and the people that were standing there were behind me, evidently, and they pulled over when they seen me, and they said I was driving along, and then next thing I knew, I just kind of glided off the road, and then down a like a ravine or something, and then back up the hill. It was like a drain ravine or whatever, and back up the hill, and then slammed on my side, and I slid 60 feet. And like I said, nobody got hurt, thankfully. I was real thankful about that. So yeah, so then I had to go to the doctors, and they do all their examinations, and the first thing they do is take a urinalysis, and of course I wasn't doing drugs, so I passed that. And then I had to stay in the hospital for like 3 days and get well from the pneumonia. And then I had to wait another 3 weeks or I don't remember if it was a month. I don't remember, it's been so long ago. And I had to wait, and then they finally got me a truck like 3 months later. I was able to go back to work. But and then they told me, you should have pulled over. You've got a right to refuse to drive if you're that sick. Well, I was brand new, and I told my dispatch that somebody's alarm is going off. I told my dispatch that I was really bad sick, but they were like, no, you've only got like 150 miles. You need to finish up the trip. They're doing their job trying to get the freight there. So me not knowing any better, yeah, I took off driving, and that ended up being a really bad mistake. So yeah, that was when I was driving. Before that, I was a machinist. I worked in several places doing machining, building what they call dyes and molds, things like that, that make parts with metal or plastic. Some places were like factories where they just made a certain part for, you know, whatever, another, like maybe airplanes or something like that. I ran the machines that did that. But yeah, and then before that, I mean, I kind of just did whatever, construction, and I was a meat cutter for a few years, because when I was a kid, I got a job at a place. It was like a farmer's market, and they had a meat department in the back, and man, we were swamped. That place was like a gold mine. They did a grocery store in the front part of the store, and then in the back was the meat department, and I started there when I was like 15 years old as a cleanup boy. And after a couple of years of cleaning, I think I was 17, they went ahead and moved me to the block, the meat block, to learn how to cut meat. And I did that for a couple of years after that, and then left there and went to work for an ice cream factory. Did that for about a year, and then I joined the service after that in the Army, and did my basic training in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, Cannon Crewman 13 Bravo, and ended up going to Germany. And I was in Germany a couple of years, and I was there when the Berlin Wall came down. So I got a couple pieces of that stashed away somewhere. I'd have to dig them out to find them. I know I got at least one left. I think I lost one. But that was an experience I'll have to get into with you sometime. Let you know about that. I had the time of my life in that country. Seen a lot of things. I made a lot of German friends, and they took me all over to different spots there, castles, and just different towns, you know, showed me around. It was a really, really nice experience in my life. I was glad to be able to have that experience. And, well, with that, I'm going to cut off this video and get it downloaded, and I'll get back with you guys in another day. If you like the videos, like and subscribe. We can use all the support we can get, and we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time. See you guys.